Hi guys, Jason Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. So today we are doing the STX230, their new driver for 2023 and 2024. So we have a 2-year life cycle driver. Good, because obviously, yeah, when it comes to Mizuno, they have been going through a 4 or so year plan of rapidly trying to get their woods into a category of which you can compare directly against the likes of TaylorMade and Callaway and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, they're a company and sales matter. And if you haven't got a wood which is comparable performance-wise than the big name brands, then there you go. So they've been pushing hard to then come up with this. They're happy with this. Let's go see how it really works. So technology-wise in this thing, we have still got the carbon in the sole, carbon everywhere in this thing. We've still got that beta titanium face for off-center hits, which we'll test out as well at the end of the video. And obviously it's going to perform out the middle, but we've got that blue bit. That little blue bit there, the Cortex chamber, where they've managed to effectively get rid of the wave technology that they've had growing since, did 850 have it? I can't remember. Go back, yeah. So the concertina thing where the sole would then spring when you hit it low on the face, but they've managed to now change it to the Cortex chamber where they've got TPU in it. And the thing is with TPU, also, because it's the same stuff as the mobile phone protective cases, it's soft, it's pliable, it's something which they can then obviously put weights in and stuff like that to really trying to control spin profiles. Right, let's give this one a hit. So let's go. I actually prefer the look of this one down by the ball because it actually does sit square, where the Z slightly open by a degree or so. I'll tell you what, first shot, you wouldn't want to take that back. Cool, that's going out there, isn't it? You are not going to want that one back at any point. Little baby fade dynamics, but slightly toey. I mean, that's as straight gets. The sound, if anything, is fractionally higher pitched than the Z. Now, that's just my ears. And again, you put this in 1,000 different scenarios, 1,000 different environments, it might sound somewhat different, but it's carbon. It sounds distinctly different than titanium, and it actually sounds a bit more quieter, a bit more quiet than the previous one, of which I can only take it's that TPU. And I actually like it. I don't like a really loud sounding driver. It just, yeah, I don't like it. Right, let's go give it a bit of a hit again, because that's a satisfying whack, even though that was 12mm toe, 3mm high. So that was not middle. And that's 145 efficiency from a not middle shot. Well, it's pretty good so far. Yeah, there's not much more you can say about that. Oh, dear me, he's going out there. What's that, 320 nearly? Wow, my wee. 110 miles an hour, out the middle, give or take. And yeah, 290 carry, 320, give or take. Wow. I tell you what, this thing does get it out there. You deliver half decent delivery to it and head it out the middle, this thing is going. 1.47 efficiency. I hardly ever see that number. 1.47. So efficiency is basically bang for your buck. It's like smash factor. When it comes to a camera based system, 1.47 is about as best as you're gonna get ever. When it comes to a TrackMan, you can get 1.5, 1.51, that kind of idea, because they measure things differently. That's a long conversation which I'm not going to have today. Nice. I would take those two drives any day of the week. Oh, I've missed it. I've missed it. You'll be able to see that one. I tell you what, she's doing really well. Now, guys, I do forgiveness bits and pieces at the end of the video, so I'll purposely now hit it out of weird spots of the face, high, low, heel, toe, and see how well golf clubs perform when you don't hit the middle, because any golf club and all golf clubs perform brilliantly out the middle. We know that, but as amateur golfers regularly, as in they miss the middle, as in a case of their miss is sometimes the middle, rather than normal shots are around everywhere. So testing other parts of the face I feel is quite important. So yeah, at the end of the video I'll be doing that. 283. So 110 miles an hour swing, 157 ball. That's some 18 mil toe, 7 mil high. That is mighty impressive. That is mighty impressive. I do like this X, I really do. Ah, put it in the bag. 1.46 efficiency, just saw that. Oh my word. I am liking this, I do. Now with that Cortec chamber, that TPU inside there, what's that? 9 mil toe, so it's still slightly toey, slightly across, slightly open, dead straight basically, 308, 283 carry. Right, is it spinning fractionally high for me? Yes, it is. I prefer the slightly lower spin profile of the Z, without spoiling the video that you're going to watch after this, hopefully. But yeah, when it comes to this, it's just, yeah, it's accurate. I like it. Right, let's go hit it a load of times, all over the face. Because we talked about the technology in it, we've still got all the titanium blah, blah, blah that we've always had in there, but let's go see how forgiving it is, because I'm going to hit this off heel, toe, high and low, and get a picture of what happens when you miss it somewhat and how well it performs. That's still decent, isn't it? God, that's still decent. God, it does well. Really does well. So guys, after hitting a load of shots with the STX230, let's go have a look at how it's done, basically. I have got some information on there which would be quite interesting for some. Obviously the classic normal miss hits that I always enjoy doing. And I've got some crackers on there to showcase how the STX works, or not. But I've also done and it's not supposed to be that way, but I've also done a small compare. I've put the STZ ball and club stuff up here as well, the comparison stuff. Why? Because I think it's just interesting. It's not obviously a direct comparison between the X and the Z, but I was so surprised with how good that STZ230 driver is, to a point of where I'm seriously thinking that's going in the bag straight away. I want to see the differences between the two. So let's go quickly have a look at the ball data, club head data, the compares, and then also the forgiveness done, because I've captured some absolute stonkers when it comes to strikes. So ball speed, 159.2 miles an hour, launching at 13.5. Going, okay, so it's spinning at 2,252, which is actually lower than the base spin rate of the Z. Now remember, without boring you senseless, the weight on an X is slightly lower. Oh, say slow. It's slightly, when you look at the head, it's slightly heel biased. So when you put the weight heel biased, because of the head is curved, the weight goes towards the heel, but also gets closer to the face. When it goes closer to the face, it brings the center of gravity slightly closer to the face, which then means potentially it will spin less. There you go. That's a science lesson board. Carrying at 284, so that is my standardized normal carry, 283, give or take, but yeah, 284, bang on my normal carry. 37 yards in the air, descending at 39.1, so that's still chasing down there, and total is 309. Offline 0.0. That's the luck of the draw. Club head data is 109.5, so I think my STZ was a little bit quicker, but again, I've done a lot of shots here where I've gone slower, faster, for the forgiveness side of things for fun. Efficiency 1.45, and that does include some interesting shots. So like the Z I think averaged 1.46, and that is fairly as drivers go, unknown. it's very ping-like when it's retention of efficiency. 1.45 is very, very good. Attack angle 5.8 up, 0.2 from the inside, 0.7 open, 16.3 degrees aloft, and 8mm toe, 0mm low. So let's go have a look at the graphical representation of exactly what that means. Get that up on the screen there. Because I now want to introduce the Z. And I don't normally do this because obviously I normally have like a compare one for one, but I've just done the Z first and I've now just done this one, so it's the same day and this is true information. That's how it works. So if anything, okay, I'm swinging slightly slower on average when it comes to the STX because I'm trying to showcase a different type of speed potential, because obviously the X is for slightly draw biased people. Draw biased people tend to be more amateurs. Amateurs tend to swing slower and all that lot. So I'm trying to, but we're talking about efficiency and stuff like that. But just look at the difference between that. You've got what is that? Not 4 miles an hour ball speed, 3.8 miles an hour ball speed difference between the two. You have got 2.3 miles an hour of clubhead speed. So there's your ball speed difference in clubhead speed only. But if anything, the X is just slightly more stable when it comes to retaining hitting middle. Okay, it's going 284 where the STZ is going 290. Why? Because of speed. It'll be really interesting to see if I could dial the X up at the same speed as I was hitting the STZ. Remember, X is going to be for the amateurs some more and all that idea, so that's why I was just doing the STZ at my normal speed. I found the STZ very, very easy just to go normal speed. This one feels easier to go at this speed. I don't know why. It's to do with same shaft. I still use the Hulk shaft. The hazard is green. It's just interesting either way. I'm surprised at just how good these two drivers are. I am now torn because of using the X, because of how blooming straight it is. Right, miss hits. Right, let's go. First one off the bat. Here we go for a bit of fun. 106 miles an hour, 106.3, 3.4 across, 0.1 close, so basically left. However, 6mm low, 42 toe. That has got to be a record. Has it not? I don't know. We are talking that's 48mm away, gross from middle. Any more than that, it would have been a toe shank and I'd have possibly hit my quad. Has it lost distance? Yes, of course it has. 219 yards carry, 255 total as it bangs around the floor. But it's offline by 5.4 yards. I was absolutely blooming amazed at how well this thing did. It started off 5 degrees right nearly because of the roll and bulge on the face, and it geared back draw and finished 5.4 yards offline. That is incredible. This X is just hilariously forgiving. Another one here, 102.2 miles an hour, slightly, well, mediocre speed. 0.2 from the inside, 1.7 open, so slightly to the right, which it should do. 3mm high, 21mm heel. Remember guys, don't hit ever anything off the heel. Generally speaking, golf clubs don't like it. Has it lost distance? Well, it's 241 from 102 miles an hour swing, so it's pretty not bad whatsoever. 12.5 launch at 2000 spin. That is not an artificially low one, so that is a true number. 240 carry off 102 mile an hour swing, 21mm heel, and it's gone 11 yards offline. Okay, I'm not going to be hitting this golf club anywhere near this offline in true normal form. I'm going to be trying to hit the middle as best I can do, as close as I can do every single time. So, but this is going to be used by amateurs, and amateurs do hit shots like this. So it's interesting to see how good the head is. 109.7, so normal, getting closer to 110 normal. 2.2 across, 1.3 open, so baby fade, either hit target slightly right, 2.4 yards offline, yep. 11mm high, 17mm toe, 28mm away from the middle, and yeah, 2.4 yards offline at 280 carry. It's really good. It is hilariously funny, this thing is. 102 miles an hour, 102.4, 2 from the inside, 0.1 closed. So slightly baby right, yeah, 4.2 yards, nothing at all. 16 low, 3 heel. 16 low. Right, so obviously this has got that Cortec chamber in it, and the whole idea is when you hit something 16 low is there's not a lot of trampoline effect on the face, because obviously the biggest trampoline happens in the middle. So when you're hitting something that low, the Cortec chamber itself squishes and the whole face rebounds. Efficiency of 1.42 is blooming good considering it's 16 mil low. It's gone 233, 262 total, but 4 yards offline from that strike. It's done really well. It obviously launched really low, 8 degrees, and spun at 2.3, which is pretty good. But it's kept its line, no deviation whatsoever. It's hilarious. What we got here, we got 105.7 miles an hour, 0.4 across, 1 open, little baby fade dynamics. It's finished 3.4 yards offline because I hit it 0 mil high, 20 mil toe. So yeah, there is a little bit of gearing there, but it's geared it perfectly to 3.4 yards offline at 267 carry, 306 total with a darn load of run. Launching at 12.3 and spinning at 1900, so again it's not an artificially low one, so it is a true reading. 1.44 efficiency from 20 mil toe. 110 miles an hour, 110.1, 0.5 across, 0.7 open, so baby little, yeah, fade. 5 mil high, 2 mil toe. It's gone 291, 213. This is not a mishit. This is me just trying to utilize the X as best I can do to try and hit it within reason as far as the Z. But it's a I mean, if you get everything right, I mean, this is launching at 15 degrees and spinning just under 2000, 1982, so 2000 RPM. It's a true number. And so this will go long. And now for me, it's a 10.5 head. I really wish it was a 9.5 head, because I'll drop it down to 7.5 and hit it even further. Where the Z is a 9.5 head, and I can drop it down to 7.5 if I want. Obviously, for the 2 tests, I've put them both at 8.5 degrees, and both have the Hulk shaft in there. So everything is within reason, apples for apples testing, as best we possibly can do. Slow one here, 99.6 miles an hour for the slow swingers out there. Catch load of this one, 2.1 across, 1.7 across, 2.1 across, 1.7 open. There we go, little baby fade. 3 mil high, 9 mil toe. It's gone 257 yards. Carry 285 from a 99.6 miles an hour swing. 3.8 yards offline, good strike. 15 degrees of launch and 1950 RPM. So again, it is not a 1300 RPM algorithmed from Foresight's point of view. It is a true reading. That doing 1.46 efficiency. Again, I cannot stress enough just how blooming good these two drivers are for efficiency. They just, regardless of where you within reason hit them on the face, they want to retain their efficiency, their smash factor, their ball speed for clubhead speed is hilariously good. So when it comes to my conclusion between the X and the Z, or not just the Z, that's another video, but the X, I'm amazed at just how easy it is to hit target. Even in my initial test when I was doing it on the simulator there, it just, is it slightly draw biased? If I let it be, I reckon it's mildly draw biased. I don't think it's massively draw biased. It's nothing like a Ping SF Tech, G430 SF Tech. Now that thing is massively draw biased. Now it's got the weight that you can kind of dial it around a little bit, but it is really, really draw biased. This one is a bit more of a nuanced draw biased. It is very forgiving. It has got an interesting spin profile. It's looking like it's a fraction under than what the Z. And then again, this is what happened. I've seen it on the same day. This is not 2 different days of testing. It's the same day. So it's the information which I am seeing with my body being the way it is on the same day. So it's true. I am not now certain which one I want to put it. I think I'll still put the Z in. I'll be honest, I think I will still put the Z in, even though the X is a tighter dispersion. The reason why I'm going to put the Z in is because when I put, or the Z, you know, when I put the Z in, I can get it down to 7.5 degrees, and if I want to on a good day, I can put it down to 7.5 degrees and I can bomb it out there. I mean, I was hitting 300-yard carries with it at the 8.5 setting like this is, but I could hit it further if I was to be able to get it down to 7.5 degrees, which I can. This one I cannot, unfortunately. This comes in a 12 head and a 10.5 head, so obviously it's for people that need a little bit more loft as a standard idea. However, it would be, I'd love it if they could make this in a 8.5 head or something like that, because then you could launch this thing and it would be straight. And anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a lovely feeling golf club, no different to the Z. The Cortec chamber, the carbon inside, the changes that Mizuno have done over the last 4 generations. I know, yes, it may have been, they get a little bit of bad press because they're releasing something every 2 seconds, and I agree. It's frustrating, it's irritating. However, they are going, or have gone through, a huge R&D, research and development process, which means they have had to release because they need to learn. They're learning from the guys on the tour. They're learning from you guys when you buy it and you give your feedback and what you like, what you don't. They're learning from the physics of everything, and to a point now where they've finally settled on a driver which, I mean, I've still got the Paradigm stuff that I need to test. I still want to get hold of the Stealth 2 stuff as well if I can do to test and all this lot. But from a point of view now to get the video out, I've tested quite a few drivers already, and these Mizunos are as good, if not in some cases better, marginally, remember everything's governed, than a lot of them out there. And I am surprised just how good this new Mizuno driver is overall. Everything, stability, looks, feel, performance. Yeah, and you've got obviously all the customized options that you've got in there as well, to tickle your fancy. So hope you liked the video. If you did, click the old like button. YouTube likes it, so do I. Next to it is a little red button, the subscribe button. If you click that one, that's great for the channel and for everyone. While you're down there though, there's a little bell icon, that's a notification bell. If you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video. I've still got other bits and pieces to do as well. So hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.